Oh yeah, I swear it does.
So I'm basically emphasizing on the point that listen to the first episode if you haven't already.
One of the misconceptions is journaling takes a lot of time and you have to do it every day.
Why is it that we write journaling only at the night time? Like,
I like how Bhavya once chose a very simple looking like notebook for a journal because she thought
hey everyone, welcome back to the continuation of the Journaling EP. And today we'll be talking about general misconceptions of journaling. And I
Yeah.
think Gauri will be continuing because she's the teacher over here.
Yeah.
Lol. I mean, yeah, there's gonna be, the world life is a balance, yin and yang. There's gonna be, an adverse effect of something. So there are like some general misconceptions and probably some negative points which may happen, when
People
you
should
journal.
know.
Yeah, you should know. You should be aware about.
Yeah, so should we go ahead with the negative points first or the misconceptions?
We can go ahead with misconceptions, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I was ready with the misconception. One of the misconceptions is to start with journaling, we should have a pretty notebook.
Lol. I mean, I
It's
do
pretty
have a
funny.
pretty notebook, but it's not like you need to have a pretty notebook. You can but just make sure you have like a notebook which is completely dedicated to journaling. It does not have to be pretty, but if it makes you, but if you have, I think if you have a pretty notebook, it can also like evoke you to come back to it and just write. But yeah, it's not necessary at all.
Yeah, we can always share a picture of our journals out there.
Yeah.
and if you are gonna post it on Instagram, make sure to tag us. We like to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so the other thing is journaling takes a lot of time and you have to do it every day.
See, I do it every day because I want to. You don't have to do it every day if you don't want to. That's it. And you just have to do it. Yeah. And it doesn't have to take much time. I mean, yeah, definitely. Like you lose track of time. That's that. I mean, like once I started to write my journal, like it takes like at least like 40 minutes or something. If I want to learn something about myself, or if I'm doing self awareness journaling, then it actually takes quite some time. But I think it's worth it for me because I feel good later. But it
Yeah,
doesn't always have to take some time. Sometimes you can just go in your journal and just write what you're grateful for and go to sleep.
true.
A little thing that I think, for those of you who haven't heard the first part of this episode, the journaling part, I think you're gonna. There's a lot of good things that we said in the first episode, so you should listen to that, and then listen to this one.
Yep.
Yeah, so and one thing is like consistency is the key. We should not like yeah, it depends on our moods, but then sometimes if we have this schedule of when exactly like on which days we have to do the journaling, I think that is also something important. Of course it's not necessary, it's not a compulsory thing, a mandatory thing, but then yeah, I think that is one of the things which we can try out, like doing it on particular days.
True.
Yeah.
And yeah, 40 minutes is like a long time. I have not done it for 40 minutes, but then yeah, we definitely lose track of time when we are talking to the diary. And like it's more like it's like a mirror to ourselves, like
Mm.
talking to ourselves. And I address to it as Bhavya, and I'm like just like Bhavya, today you did this thing and I'm not happy. So I just talk. Sometimes I even scold myself, not that harshly because ultimately it's me. I wouldn't like someone scolding me. But then yeah, I do get strict with myself. So another misconception is you have to write something profound and like beautiful and that kind of a thing. And like a related one is journaling is only for writers and authors.
I mean, definitely the people who enjoy writing, they will enjoy journaling too because they have to write, And yeah, it can help you like enhance your writing skills or whatever. Uh,
You
but
don't have to be one.
yeah, it doesn't have to be fancy language. It's only you who's reading it.
True. And if there's anyone who enjoys drawing, then you can draw it.
Yeah, we have mentioned that in the previous episode. So yeah, it's not necessary.
Yeah, I have a question, but this is not a misconception, but like, why is it that we write journaling only at the night time? Like, I mean, like, do we write it? Can we write it at any part of the day,
No,
or like, is it on?
yeah, you can write it any time, but usually in the night, some many people do it because like you look back at yourself, like you sit down and everything is chill and calm. You finished your work, you're just looking back at the day, so you can
You're
learn
done with the
things.
day.
Yeah, you're done with the day.
Okay.
And just like Gauri mentioned in the previous episode, there's another way you can do it in the morning as well. So I'm basically
Yeah, you can
emphasizing
do it
on
in the
the
morning as
point
well.
that listen to the first episode if you haven't already.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go and listen.
Yeah, don't let us repeat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I think we are done with the misconceptions for now. We can
Mhm.
always cover them up later if we come across something
Mhm.
like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So let's go to the negative effects. Like everything does have a pro and a con, and then doing something endlessly and without a break and without a limit can always be harmful. So,
Yeah.
how can journaling be harmful?
For example, it's a fact that too much of anything is bad. Like once, I felt completely disgusted. Like at one point of time to like go back to my journal. And I was really worried. I was really concerned. Oh my god! Like I love journaling. Why am I acting like this? But then I realized that I should take a break. Like your life should be a balance. You cannot be a good girl or good boy. Every day. Sometimes you just want to cheat. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So you should take a break. There should be a balance between everything.
Exactly. Like last year, I used to journal, like gratitude journal, every day at night. And then suddenly I just lost the interest. And like for several months, I didn't touch my journal. And then I used to feel like, oh God, my life, I don't know what's going on because it felt very aimless because I was not doing what I had been doing for the
Mhm.
past 1 or 2 months. But then I just talk to myself. Every time I feel overwhelmed, I just sit down and I just stop doing the work I'm doing. And I'm like, okay, myself needs the attention more than this homework. And then I just think that what are you feeling exactly? You're feeling scared. Why are you feeling scared? You're feeling restless. Why? And I just ask myself those questions, and then the answers are right there. So I just have to talk to myself.
Yeah.
So that's the key. Talking to yourself is the key.
I
Yep.
love how you said that. Like, I know right now that I need more attention at schoolwork. We forget that so much these days. I just love
Yeah.
that.
But
Yeah.
guys, don't take advantage of
And
that.
don't you dare
Yeah.
try skipping the homeworks.
Yeah.
Lol. Yeah.
Okay, so the harmful parts are like which I found are we tend to overthink our life, and it is pretty confronting because sometimes we don't want to confront what we are feeling. So when we like the negative part of this, not exactly negative, but yeah, if we are doing it limitlessly, then it can be confronting and like negative, that we are not able to hide the things which we want to, and everything is coming to our face and we are feeling guilty about it and all that. So yeah, that's a little negative thing. And one another question which I had was, does journaling make people introverted? Because I think I'll elaborate on that. That people like generally introverts, what they do is they don't have many friends and people to like talk to, so they make the journal of a person. They are like dear diary and like today this happened and like that kind of thing. So they are telling everything what a person would to their friend, and because they don't have one. So I think like the question basically is there a problem, like a possibility that a extroverted person gets so indulged in diary writing and all this that they become introverted?
There's definitely a chance. Uh, but touch wood, it hasn't happened to me yet. I mean, like, I'm actually an ambivert, so I can't really say about myself. I mean, like, I think I'm behaving just the same way around my friends. But I can just notice that I'm a lot happier, and I can see through others' actions. Like, I can see through my friends' actions, even though they can't see it. Like, I can see the root emotion behind it, and like I've just become more observant. But yeah, I don't think I've become like more introverted. But
Hmm.
something like that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I mentioned a while back, the diary should be a mirror rather than a person, some other
Yeah.
person. So
Hmm.
I think if we are trying to talk to ourselves, we won't get that indulged in that because we
Hmm.
need to love our company, but then we shouldn't be the only one who is talking to ourselves.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like,
Hmm.
And one thing to remember in mind is that no one's gonna see it. Just don't tell yourself that anyone's gonna see it. Don't be judgmental when you are writing, because just tell yourself you are not gonna let anyone read this. It's just for you to listen to yourself.
Don't change perspective, basically.
Yeah, don't write in someone else's point of view. Like, don't write it according to the person you are with your friends, or don't write it according to the person you're with your boss or something. Just like a teacher. Yeah, just sit down, you know. Yeah, so just sit down and just like write as yourself, as
Yeah.
your home
yeah.
self, like when you're
Because
at
I
home at
remember that
peace
when
and
I was
everything.
writing daily journals, I never wrote something embarrassing in it because I thought someone would read it. And till this day, it's been like 2 years and no one's read it. And I regret not writing them down.
Yeah, I mean, like both my parents know I write a journal, but and they are not even interested in opening it. Like, they know where I keep it, but I just feel like nobody even cares. It's just you overthinking.
I like how Bhavya once chose a very simple looking like notebook for a journal because she thought no one would suspect it to be a journal.
Yeah.
No. It's pretty aesthetic. Like it's a brown thing, and like it reminds me of trees and all that. I had actually even named it,
How
but then
sweet.
again, like it had to be me, not someone else. So I lost interest within 2 or 3 days because I'm an extrovert and I have a lot of friends. So rather than making a non-living thing my friend, I would talk to myself.
Hmm.
So then I started talking to the diary as myself, like Bhavya this, Bhavya that, and I don't talk to myself all the time, but then yeah, if I like, and yeah, this part is very important. You will feel that it's very difficult to confront yourself. Writing that down and like basically telling yourself that you have done a mistake is hard,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and it's that's something I realized, and like, and I have great people around me which who tell me that you have done something wrong, and after that I go, if someone tells me I've done something wrong, the first reaction would obviously be for anyone that no, I'm right.
Hmm.
But then if you go deep inside and you start thinking about it, you will realize that what exactly is the wrong part, and then I first write down the problem and then I try to think of a solution. That okay, this has happened to me. What if this happened to someone else? I shouldn't do this to someone else, or like that shouldn't happen to me. Like that kind of thing. Like I place myself in someone else's shoe, and I try to change perspectives, but then not trying to hide from what I actually feel. So yeah, I all these things go around, and then finally I come to the conclusion and the piece which I require after writing the journal.
Hmm.
All this solution finding sounds like it reminds me of the economic class that we had.
Oh yeah, I swear it does.
Oh, so
It's
right.
so much like that.
He was so into finding solutions to this and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. So, I think we are done with discussing this. And before starting journaling, I think the beginners should go through these episodes and get an idea of what they are getting themselves into. And yeah, so I think we are out there for communication. So please talk to us. Please, like you can always DM us or comment on YouTube, and DM you can, and we are private, okay? You can tell
Yeah.
us your secrets, it won't leak.
Yeah.
We won't spill the beans. So
We are
tell
all
us,
ears to know if you say some, if you want to say something.
yeah, we do judge, but then we are improving day by day, so we won't
Yeah.
judge you.
Yeah, we are humans too.
So yeah, basically tell us about your misconceptions and the things you think are negative, your doubts, your misconceptions, everything. Just tell us. We are always there for you, right here.
On Instagram.
Someone end.
Mm.
Yeah, so you can DM us on Insta. Our ID is teens talk underscore teen talks. Yeah.
So yeah, I think we are done.
Yep.
Sayonara. We'll see you in the next episode.
Hasta la
Hasta la
vista. Yep.
vista.
Bye.